Wow, that was beautiful phrasing, George.
Well, then check this out. Teamwork. It makes the dream work.
That's leadership.
Hey, what's up, everyone? So, America the Motion Picture is a comedy parody rated R film of the American Revolution. This movie's wild. So, this movie is about George Washington. So, in the beginning of the movie, Benedict Arnold, notorious traitor, kills everyone who signed the Declaration of Independence. And then he goes and he kills Abraham Lincoln, George Washington's best friend. And George Washington vows that he will avenge Lincoln and follow his dream of continuing the revolution and creating the country America. So that's the basic plot of this movie. He goes on to gather, more people for his crew, and then they try to fight the British, which leads to, a lot of craziness. So like I said, this is a rated R parody comedy, so this is very, very loosely based on American history, like loosely, because George Washington and Abraham Lincoln weren't around at the same time. So it's already just off the freaking rails. And Benedict Arnold is a fucking werewolf, which is crazy. So it's definitely steeped in fiction. There's fictional American characters in here, like Paul Bunyan, John Henry, I think is fictional, Johnny Appleseed, those type of characters are in this movie. But there's fictional. There's modern technology mixed in with older freaking stuff. Like their race cars have like music boxes on it and everything like that. It's a very crazy movie. Like George Washington has chainsaws on his arms, or I think they're weapons. They never really say if they're part of his body or not, but he's always pulling them out, like Wolverine, which is crazy. So it's very much a parody that kind of makes fun of all that old history of America and the way kind of America is today. They make fun of the gun things, how we're stubborn, kind of jerky people most of the time. So it's all a good fun, and I guess you could say it kind of has a message for those of people who don't pay attention to this country. Maybe I don't know. Let's not keep it. It's kind of a political movie, but not really. It's a comedy. It just makes fun of all this stuff. If you make it overly political, that's on you. Whatever. Me, myself, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun, kind of dumb comedy movie. I enjoy those kind of movies. George Washington is kind of like a party boy, and he's always, he's this fuck up who's, friends with this good, amazing person, Abraham Lincoln, and, once he dies, he has to take over, and he's just kind of fucking up. I guess we can cuss because it's a rated R movie. He's always messing up all the time, so now that he has to take over and be responsible, he can has to find a way to become a leader and everything. And they do it in a comedic way, but it's still, he has this good character fucking development. So it's a really good, fun movie with good character development. I've seen movies with bigger budgets, live action ones with worse character development and, dumber jokes in my opinion. Overall, like I said, I think it's a fun, goofy, dumb movie. It's enjoyable. It's only like an hour and a half or something like that, so it's very short. It does everything it needs to. It has a good pace, making fun of things. It's all in good fun. So I give this movie, I give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple of times now, just once, and then once in the background I was doing something. It's a good, fun movie. I do recommend it. It's on Netflix. If you have Netflix and you just want a dumb comedy movie that you can chill to, definitely put it on. It's a fun movie. So I want to talk spoilers because there's some crazy stuff that I really want to talk about, but not really spoil. Like, you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's crazy. Like I said, it's on Netflix right now. So 3, 2, 1, freaking spoilers. So like I said, Benedict Arnold is a werewolf in this movie. So George Washington and his group, Paul Revere, Thomas Edison, Sam Adams, Geronimo, and John... Shoot, what was his name? They call him Blacksmith, but he's John Henry. John Henry are his team, and they form a silver bullet to go kill him. But on the journey to kill him, they go to Vietnam in the Titanic. The Vietnam's a bar, right? And they go and they completely mess everything up and don't accomplish anything because, of course, Vietnam. And then they accidentally sink the Titanic, which is crazy. I thought it was kind of funny that they had these historical events inside their movie. They're like, Vietnam, the Titanic, the Gettysburg Address is a big deal, which was literally just an address in the movie. But, in real life, it was the speech that Abraham Lincoln gave. So a lot of crazy things. Thomas Edison is a Chinese woman, which I actually kind of love. She's practically like an Iron Man. So anyway, they end up getting all these silver spoons from the Titanic to form the silver bullet to kill freaking the traitor guy. I just completely forgot his name. Benedict Arnold. And they go to the Gettysburg Address to save George Washington's wife. And it becomes this big freaking Avengers Endgame type battle where all these people show up to fight the British and everything, and it's very freaking crazy. Thomas Edison is flying around like Iron Man and just blasting people left and right. She's shooting electricity into John Henry's hammer and he's freaking wailing on people. It's very epic and crazy and cool. I absolutely love this battle. So the main freaking evil thing that the British want to do is pour tea on everyone to make them British, which I swear was a freaking Tea Titans Go freaking joke a while ago. So they're using tea to convert, regular people into British. And what they do is they use Sam Adams beer, because of course Sam Adams, to convert the tea making machine into a beer making machine. So beer falls on everyone, and it turns all the British people into bros, which more or less ends the war. But Benedict Arnold's the only one left, and they use the silver bullet. And the way they kill him is that they pretty much play baseball with the silver bullet and launch it at his head and kill him. So this movie is freaking, like I said, it's wild. They use beer and baseball to win, to beat the British, which is I thought it was very hilarious. I thought it was very stupid but hilarious. I absolutely loved it. So they end up beating the British and everything, and the revolution wins. And they form America, and at the end, they're giving their speech in Washington or whatever, and then, things just kind of freaking fall apart because, of course, America, the Indians were like, hey, the Native Americans are like, hey, I thought you were going to give us our land back. And, there's gay people who are like, I just want to marry my partner, and then there's a bunch of crazy gun-toting white people who are like, oh, I just want to freaking, hold on to this guy just in case I want to protect myself from Mexicans and stuff like that. And then freaking, they start shooting and everything just explodes because, of course, America is just fucking chaos and we can't get along for whatever dumb reason. Like I said, you can make this movie overly political if you want, but it's just, and there are political messages, but they're not overly serious. They're there because, obviously you see it all around us if you're in America. But it's a dumb and fun movie. I enjoyed it. There's a lot more craziness in this movie. Like Paul Revere becomes like a RoboCop centaur because he has this horse who dies in the movie, and he just gets connected to him and he becomes crazy like that. The British have like this big Ben robot thing at the end of the battle. They have like AT-AT walkers or AT-AT walkers, whatever you want to call them, made out of those red British buses. So it's like the end battle is very crazy, and there's just a lot of craziness in it. The fact that, Benedict Arnold is just a werewolf and they don't really explain it is something I kind of love. It's just like, he's just a werewolf. It's just like, of course, and they have to figure out how to kill him, and it's just a thing. Like I said, they have technology and everything too. Like Washington plays I forget what the song is, with an electric guitar, and he just has an electric guitar. And like I said, Thomas Edison has this like Iron Man like technology practically, which is freaking badass. So it's a wild, crazy movie. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's nothing freaking super cool or super intelligent. It's just a kind of a dumb, fun movie, or you'll take what you will out of it, But like I said, I enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. An 8 out of 10. So if you watched it, what did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or you're like, oh, this is a stupid movie, I hate it. Which, if you did, you probably didn't watch this whole review, which... like I said, I enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, what were some of your favorite jokes, or what were some of your favorite moments within this movie? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.